I think one of my favorite questions to ask people when they knock on the door for the first time is, why are you here today? What made you decide that today was the day you were going to ring the doorbell and ask about this? And the thing that's always consistent is, whether they realize it or not, somehow God has been calling them.
I'm somebody who is I'm anxious a lot. Anybody who's like that knows that it makes you miserable and it saps a lot of your energy and it makes it difficult to kind of be like a joyful participant in your own life. Relinquishing some control, I think, and just saying like prayerfully, like, okay, I'm just gonna like let some things go, and there are things that I don't have control over, and recognizing that has had such an immeasurable impact on just my quality of life.
My name is Jane Porcelli. I'm the director for RCIA for the parish of St. Francis de Sales. RCIA, the Rite of Christian Initiation for Adults, is the process for how adults come into the Catholic faith. People ask questions, they inquire about the faith, but the initiation process is what we call RCIA. It's how we make new Catholics.
So interestingly, the pandemic got in the way of like everything else in my life, and RCIA was the one thing that I think that it actually accelerated. I feel like it really became my anchor every week, especially like I was a new mom. I knew what day of the week it was, like in relation to when I was gonna watch Mass and when I had RCIA. So it was just this incredible gift to be able to have this in such a time when everybody just kind of felt like their lives had become totally like unmoored.
The heart of our RCIA process is meeting, at least here at St. Francis, once a week, Monday nights, a regular weekly meeting where the group comes together to pray, to break open scripture together. So we look at the readings that we'll hear in church the upcoming Sunday.
It's through Shane.
I love that we are going in advance of the week that's coming. Before I started coming to RCIA and I would go to Mass with my husband, I would just sit there like, I have no idea what's going on or like what they're saying. It was like impossible for me to even like process like the readings or like what I was hearing.
So we'd spend a lot of time praying with the scripture readings, and then from those scripture readings picking out themes that we want to spend more time on.
Everyone who is in RCIA together, we're a super bonded group. Leslie and Leah, who are also being baptized at Easter with me and are in my same cohort, we're all coming to this from a position where our spouses were raised Catholic, and they just have kind of embraced it in the same way that I have, and it's been really nice to have these other two people who are, you know, women, they work, they're moms, in my group and kind of like in my corner.
For those of us who were born and raised Catholic, to watch somebody on their journey of faith and to watch them discover how God is moving them in their lives, it helps me not take my faith for granted. It reawakens every ounce of faith in me.
I really feel that God kind of stepped into my life and gave me this gift of RCIA and said, like, you know, this is what it was a sign, you know, it was just, I needed it. This is the first thing that I've done where I felt like it's really having a positive impact on my life. I needed something that was going to cut through the distraction of the news and work and my marriage and having a new baby and my friends who I couldn't keep up with even before COVID. And this was it for me. It feels really good to tell people about it now and to be able to express it in that way and to be proud of it and kind of hold my head up and say that this is what I'm doing. And people are really excited. Like all my friends are like, can we get tickets to your baptism?
The Easter Vigil it's the big celebration. It's the biggest family dinner you could imagine. Mass begins in darkness. We begin outside on the steps. We light a fire. In a very physical way, they can see that they help share the light of Christ with everybody else in the congregation. We tell lots of stories that night. To hear those stories in the dark, in the candlelight, and to realize that now you're a part of this tradition as somebody who's about to be baptized is really powerful. What's exciting about this year is that the 3 women who are being baptized, 2 of them will be baptizing their children as well. So I just think it's going to be a party at the baptismal font.
And I'm just so doubly blessed that Audrey has not been baptized yet because of COVID. So now she and I are going to be baptized on the Easter Vigil together, which is just the most amazing thing.
If someone were on the fence and trying to decide whether now was the right time to start RCIA for them, I would tell them to relax. I would say, you'll know that it's the right time when all things come together, when you're free Monday nights, when you have childcare, when you're not taking class. God will open up all those doors. It will be the right time when you can get here.